Hello! Today I would like to show you how to make a paper chain snake. As spring is coming, I've been noticing some of the snakes are coming out under their rocks. This is very easy, very easy. It's just like a regular paper chain, except you're changing the size of the paper a little bit to make it look more like a snake, and some of the shapes are a little bit different. So let's start. What you need: a pair of scissors, stapler, markers, pencils, crayons, glue stick, and two large size pieces of paper of two different colors, any colors. Or you can use the same color if that's what you like, or you have them, that's fine. And then I have a little piece of red scrap left over that I'm going to use for his tongue today. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is start cutting your full pieces of paper into strips to make the links. When you cut, you will be cutting this way on the paper. So the paper is the short way. You're not cutting tall way. Because what you want to do is make sure that your links are shorter and fatter so they fit together and look more like a snake body. Okay, so remember, put your two pieces of paper together, then you only have to cut one time. So I started cutting the paper that I'm going to use. I have one more piece here to cut. And I am making my strips of paper thicker. Like I said, they're a little bit fatter, so that when you loop them together, they look more like a snake's body instead of just a little teeny chain. All right, so once I have my two colors, then I'm going to start linking them together. The one thing I did was pick the color that I wanted to put the design on with my marker, and then I would use that color strip and decorate it before I put it together as a chain. So I'm going to use the orange one as the color that has the dots on it, or the decoration. You can really do any decoration you want. I'm just going to kind of give this snake a little bit of detail. And snakes, there's so many different kinds of snakes and so many different kinds of patterns or details you can put on your snake. So I'm gonna give this one some stripes and some dots. So first thing I'm going to do is make the first chain. I'm stapling it because it's easier than waiting for the glue to dry, but if you have glue, you can use that too. There's your big fat first chain. Then I'll take the second one, which I'm not going to decorate, and I'm just going to alternate the colors. Back and forth, until my snake is all done. Remember, decorate my orange ones because those are the ones I chose for decoration. Just to be clear, so you know before you start using all your paper, the head and the tail of your snake need to be the same color in your pattern so that they lay the same way on your snake. So if you were to do a green tail, you would need to do a green head. Otherwise, your head would be facing the wrong direction because of the way the papers are linked together. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and staple the rest of these together, and then I will make the head and the tail. Okay, I've stapled them together in just the chain. You'll notice that if you are holding it one way, one of the chain links is standing up this way and the other one is sitting on its side. And it looks that way if you turn it all the way around. So I ended with two yellows, or two yellowish orange ones. So that means that my head and tail are going to be the color that comes next in the pattern on the chain. So over here, my next color would be green, and over here, my next color would be green. So those will be my head and tail of the snake. So first thing for making the tail, it's very simple. If you notice here, it's just a link, but it's cut the shape of a triangle, and I decorated it. So I will show you how I did that. It's very simple. You just cut the ends in a point. And then on the other side, I just left it normal, and you fold it like that right around. Now you can decorate the tail. You can leave it plain. I might just put a couple of dots here to make it look cool or different. And then I will put my chain in like this, just like I was doing a normal chain. And then instead of hooking it in the chain shape, the link, I will be putting it into a point for the tail, just like that, and one staple. So this link, the tail link, is going to look different than the rest of the others. So you have the tail. And then the front is the same, except instead of a triangle point, it's more of a domed shape or a round shape for the head of the snake. So I will take my other last piece of paper and I will just kind of round it off so that you're making like that snake nose there. Just like that. And I will put the snake's eyes and nose on. And I don't know if you know this, but snakes have different pupils in their eyes. Their pupils, the black spot, is a vertical line, and that helps them to see better in their environment. Once you have your snake face made, it's easier to make the tongue and put it on now than it is to put it on when you're already stapled. So as you can see, all I did is take a little strip of red paper and cut it into a rectangle, and then I cut a little teeny bit of the top to make it like a fork, because snakes have forked tongues. And it's very interesting because snakes use their tongue to smell. So they have their tongue out while they're trying to smell their food. So all I did was cut a little teeny triangle off the top of my rectangle, and now I'm just going to glue it on the back side of the snake's head, just like that. Very easy. A little bit of glue. Put his tongue down and just hold it there. And then once his tongue is stuck on really well, you just put your last little link in here. And again, just like your tail, you're connecting the two together in a different way than the regular links. You're not overlapping them. You're connecting them sort of like back to back here. And that's going to make sure that his head lays flat instead of getting tucked under. So, and ta-da! There is your paper chain snake.